My friends, I want to talk to you today about something that shakes the heart, stirs the soul, and reminds us of the eternal nature of life. There are moments when the veil between this world and the next seems thin, when something or someone reaches out to us in a way we cannot explain, and often it happens in the stillness of the night, when a familiar voice speaks, when a face long gone appears, when a loved one we thought lost visits us in a dream. Now, some may call it coincidence. Others may say it's just the mind remembering. But deep in our hearts, we know that when a dead person speaks to us in a dream, it is no accident. It is a sign that the soul is eternal, a sign that God is speaking, a sign that there is more beyond this life than we can see with earthly eyes. There are moments in life that defy explanation, experiences that reach beyond the natural and into the supernatural. One of those moments comes when we find ourselves visited by someone we have lost, not in the waking world, but in the stillness of a dream. These encounters are more than just fleeting memories. They are not merely the subconscious mind replaying old emotions. When a dead person speaks to you in a dream, it is not by chance, it is a message, a sign, something that should not be ignored. All throughout history, dreams have carried weight. They have delivered prophecies, warnings, and revelations. From the earliest records of civilization to the words written in Scripture, dreams have been a medium through which the divine communicates with humanity. Many have felt the presence of a loved one in a dream and awakened with a sense that it was more than imagination, more than memory. There is a knowing, a deep conviction that something beyond the natural has taken place. It is as if, for just a moment, the veil between this life and the next has been lifted, and a whisper from eternity has found its way into the heart. Some may dismiss these encounters as coincidence, as wishful thinking, as the mind simply holding on to the past. But those who have experienced them understand that there is a weight, a significance, a reality to them that cannot be explained away. These moments are personal, sometimes intimate, sometimes unsettling, but always meaningful. A departed parent, a lost spouse, a friend who left this world too soon. When they appear in a dream and speak, it is not without purpose. Many have found comfort in these dreams, feeling the warmth of a presence they thought was gone forever. They have heard words of reassurance, felt a love that transcends the grave, and awakened with a renewed sense of peace. Others have received warnings, messages urging them to change their path, to mend relationships, to take heed before it is too late. Some have felt a call to action, a reminder of unfinished business, a prompting to draw closer to the things of God. These encounters are not limited to a select few. They happen across cultures, across time, across generations. The soul is not bound by the limitations of the body, and when a soul reaches out from beyond, it carries a significance that should not be ignored. The human heart knows when it has experienced something real, something beyond the physical, something that calls for attention. It is in these moments that we must listen, that we must open our hearts and seek to understand what is being revealed. There is meaning in the message. There is a reason for the visitation. When the unseen world reaches into the realm of the living, it is not without cause. It is not a random occurrence. It is a sign. From the moment we take our first breath, we are aware of the temporary nature of life. We see people come and go, loved ones pass away, and time move forward without pause. Yet deep within every human heart, there is a sense that this life is not all there is. There is an awareness, an unshakable truth that the soul is eternal. It is something we feel, something we know, something that cannot be denied. No matter how much the world tries to focus on the physical, there is always a longing for something more, something beyond what the eyes can see. The body may grow weak, it may age, it may return to the dust, but the soul does not perish. It is not confined to the limits of time. It is not subject to decay. It does not vanish like a vapor in the wind. It continues. It moves beyond the physical realm and into the eternal. Death is not an end, it is a transition, a passage from the temporary to the everlasting. That is why the thought of life after death is written into the human conscience. That is why in moments of loss we search for hope. That is why even in grief there is an understanding that love does not die, that relationships do not simply cease to exist, that there is more waiting beyond what we can comprehend. Throughout history, people have tried to explain this deep-seated truth. Some have ignored it, convincing themselves that existence is nothing more than what can be measured. Others have sought answers in philosophy, in science, in every corner of human understanding. Yet the reality of the eternal soul cannot be erased. It is something that has been known from the beginning, something that has been confirmed again and again through experiences, through divine revelation, through encounters that defy natural explanation. When people speak of seeing loved ones in dreams, of feeling their presence, of hearing words from beyond, it is not mere imagination. It is not a trick of the mind. It is a confirmation of what has been true all along. The soul does not cease to exist when the body does. That is why the memories of those who have passed are not just thoughts in the mind, but imprints on the heart. That is why their presence can still be felt, why their voices can still be heard in moments of stillness, why their love continues to be real long after they have gone. There is a reason humanity has always searched for what lies beyond this life. There is a reason why people instinctively long for connection with something greater. It is because the soul knows its true nature. It knows that it was not made for destruction. It was not created for a brief moment only to disappear. It was designed for eternity. It was meant to continue, to live beyond the confines of this world, to step into a reality far greater than what can be seen, and beyond what the natural mind can comprehend. They have been used as a channel through which divine messages are delivered, a way for the unseen world to speak to the hearts of men and women. Across history, across cultures, and across generations, dreams have carried revelations that change the course of lives. They have brought wisdom, warnings, and glimpses into the eternal. They have been more than fleeting images of the mind. They have been a means by which God Himself has spoken. In the pages of Scripture, dreams have played a powerful role in shaping the destiny of individuals and nations. They have provided guidance in times of uncertainty, clarity in moments of confusion, and warnings before disaster strikes. Joseph, the son of Jacob, received dreams that foretold his future and the path that God had set before him. When Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, was troubled by visions he could not understand, it was through the interpretation of dreams that the course of a nation was changed, famine was avoided, and lives were saved. In the New Testament, Joseph, the earthly father of Jesus, was visited in a dream and instructed to flee to Egypt to protect the child from danger. Time and time again, dreams have carried messages that could not be ignored, messages that carried the weight of divine intervention. Beyond the pages of history, countless individuals have experienced dreams that carried profound meaning. Some have received reassurance in times of sorrow, a glimpse of peace in the midst of suffering. Others have been awakened to a truth they had long ignored, confronted with a reality they had refused to see. There have been moments when a dream has been a warning, a call to change course, a signal to turn back before it is too late. There have been dreams that have reminded the living of the presence of those who have gone before them. Moments when a loved one appears not as a memory but as a messenger, delivering words that are meant to be heard. These dreams are not mere accidents. They are not random thoughts drifting through the subconscious mind. They hold meaning. They carry weight. They serve a purpose. They remind the heart that there is more beyond what can be seen, that life does not end with the grave, that the soul continues beyond the limits of the physical world. They confirm what has been true since the beginning, that God speaks in many ways, and sometimes He chooses to speak through dreams. When a dream carries a message, when it stirs the soul, when it leaves an imprint that cannot be erased, it is not something to be dismissed. It is a moment of revelation, a glimpse into something greater than what the eyes can see. It is a reminder that the unseen world is real, that eternity is near, and that God is always speaking. There are moments in life when we feel the presence of those who have gone before us, moments when a familiar voice calls to us, not in the waking world, but in the stillness of a dream. These encounters are not random, not meaningless, not mere fragments of memory playing in the mind. When a loved one appears in a dream, it is often for a reason. Sometimes it is to bring comfort. Sometimes it is to deliver a warning. Other times it is a reminder of something unfinished, something left unsaid, something that still needs to be made right. Many have experienced dreams where a lost parent, a sibling, a spouse, or a dear friend appears, speaking words of peace, offering a sense of reassurance in times of difficulty. In the midst of grief, these dreams can be a source of healing. a gentle touch from beyond, a way of reminding the heart that love does not fade, that the bond remains unbroken, that even in death there is connection. These dreams do not bring sorrow, but a quiet sense of comfort, a feeling that the one who has passed is still watching, still near, still a presence in the life of the dreamer. But not all dreams of the departed bring peace. Some bring urgency. Some shake the soul, stirring something deep within, pressing upon the heart a need for change. There are moments when a dream serves as a warning, a call to turn back, to reconsider, to open the eyes to something that has been ignored. Some have dreamed of a lost loved one, speaking with urgency, delivering a message that cannot be forgotten, pressing upon the dreamer a truth that needs to be faced. These are not ordinary dreams. They come with weight, with meaning, with a purpose that is not to be taken lightly. There are also those who have felt the presence of someone they lost, reminding them of unfinished business, of things left undone, of words that should have been spoken. It may be a call to forgive, a call to reconcile, a call to make things right before it is too late. Sometimes it is a reminder of a promise made, a responsibility left unfulfilled, a path that must still be walked. The soul carries the weight of these things, and in dreams, they sometimes rise to the surface, revealing what must not be ignored. These experiences are not bound by time or culture. They happen across the world to people of every background, every belief, every walk of life. They serve as reminders that the connection between the living and the departed is not completely severed, that there is something beyond the physical, something that reaches into the soul, something that carries purpose. When these dreams come, they bring with them something that should not be dismissed. They are not empty visions, not meaningless thoughts, but moments that are meant to be heard, understood, and taken to heart. There are moments in life when we feel a pull, a stirring deep within that cannot be ignored. Sometimes it comes in the form of a thought, a quiet whisper in the heart urging us to change direction. Other times it comes through circumstances, events that shake us awake, forcing us to reevaluate where we are and where we are going. But there are also times when this call comes in a dream, when the voice of someone who has passed reaches through the veil, bringing a message that cannot be overlooked. There have been countless testimonies of people who in their dreams have been visited by loved ones who have long since departed. These dreams are often more vivid, more real than ordinary dreams. They carry a weight, a significance that lingers long after waking. Many have described feeling as though they were truly in the presence of the one who appeared to them, as if for a brief moment the boundaries of time and eternity were lifted. And in many of these dreams, the message is clear. It is a call to turn back to God. There are those who have walked away from faith, those who have drifted from the path they once knew, those who have become so caught up in the distractions of life that they have forgotten the things that matter most. And in their dreams, a voice from beyond reminds them, a father, a mother, a grandparent, a friend, someone who walked with God in life, appears with a look of concern, with words of urgency, with a plea to return before it is too late. These dreams are not ordinary. They come with a sense of purpose, a deep conviction, a feeling that something beyond the natural is at work. For some, these dreams serve as a warning. They reveal the consequences of a life lived apart from God. They show the reality of eternity, the weight of choices, the finality of what awaits beyond this life. Some have awakened from these dreams, shaken to their core, overwhelmed with the realization that they have been walking in the wrong direction, that they have been ignoring the truth, that they must make a change before it is too late. Others have found in these dreams a reminder of the love of God, a call to return to the place where peace and hope can be found. It is no accident that so many have experienced these moments. It is not a coincidence that across different cultures, different ages, different walks of life, people have been visited in their dreams by those who urge them to turn back, to make things right, to seek God while there is still time. These are not empty visions, not meaningless fragments of the mind, but divine appointments, moments of grace, a last attempt to reach a soul that is wandering. They serve as a reminder that the things of this world are passing, that life is fleeting, but that there is still time to turn back. When a loved one appears in a dream, speaking words that stir the heart, there is a reason for it. These are not random thoughts of the mind, nor simple memories playing themselves out in the subconscious. There are times when these dreams carry meaning beyond what the natural eye can see, moments when they serve as a warning, a reminder, or a call to action. There are times when they bring comfort, but there are also times when they bring conviction, pressing upon the soul a truth that cannot be ignored. Throughout history, there have been countless stories of people who, in their sleep, have encountered a departed loved one delivering a message of urgency. Some have been warned about dangers ahead, receiving insight about something that had not yet happened but was soon to come. Others have been reminded of responsibilities they had neglected, of promises they had made but forgotten. These dreams are often accompanied by a deep sense of knowing, a feeling that what has been spoken must not be ignored, that the words carry weight, that something greater is at work. For some, these dreams have been a call to prepare, to make things right, to settle matters before it is too late. They have served as reminders that time is short, that no one is promised tomorrow, that there are things that must be done before life reaches its final breath. Some have woken from these dreams with an urgency they cannot shake, suddenly aware of how much they have taken for granted, how many words they have left unsaid, how many opportunities they have let slip away. These moments are not given without reason. They come to awaken the heart, to stir the soul, to remind a person of what truly matters before it is too late. Others have found in these dreams a warning to change course, to turn back from a path that leads to destruction. There have been those who were heading toward disaster, making choices that would lead them to ruin, and in the stillness of sleep, a voice from beyond reached out, pleading with them to reconsider, to wake up, to turn away from the road they were walking before it was too late. These warnings are not meant to bring fear, but to bring clarity, to open the eyes to things that have been ignored, to reveal the consequences of choices before they come to pass. There are also those who have been reminded through these dreams that life is fleeting, that relationships should not be taken for granted, that forgiveness should not be delayed. There have been moments when a lost loved one has appeared, not with words of warning, but with a look that speaks louder than words, a look that says, make things right, a look that reminds the dreamer that time moves forward, that regrets are heavy burdens to carry, that now is the moment to heal, to reconcile, to love before the chance is gone. These encounters are not accidents. They are moments of divine mercy, reminders that nothing in this life should be left unfinished. There are times when a dream is more than just a dream, when it carries a presence that cannot be explained, when it lingers in the heart long after waking. A dream where a departed loved one appears can be a moment of divine intervention, a reminder that life is more than what is seen, that there is something beyond this world. It can be a call to remember, a call to reflect, a call to open the eyes to the reality of eternity. It is easy in the busyness of life to forget that every breath is a gift, that every day is a step closer to the moment when this life ends and the next begins. But sometimes, in the quiet of the night, a voice from the past returns, not to haunt, not to disturb, but to awaken something that has been forgotten. For some, these dreams bring peace, a reassurance that their loved ones are not lost forever, that they still exist beyond the veil of time. There are those who have carried heavy burdens of grief, struggling to find comfort after loss, and in a dream they see the face of someone they have missed, hear the voice they long to hear, feel a sense of love and warmth that goes beyond words. It is not merely the mind recalling old memories. It is something more, something deeper, something that speaks to the soul. It is as if, for a brief moment, heaven reaches down and allows a glimpse of what is unseen. For others, these dreams serve as a reminder of unfinished matters, of things that should not be ignored. Perhaps there was a broken relationship that was never mended, words that were left unspoken, forgiveness that was never given. There are those who wake from such dreams with a deep conviction, a realization that they must act before time takes away the chance. It is a reminder that life is fleeting, that there is no room for bitterness, no time to hold on to things that should be released. There are also those who have turned away from faith, who have drifted far from the path they once knew, and in the stillness of sleep, a voice from the past calls them back. a father, a mother, a grandparent. Someone who walked in faith, someone who prayed for them, someone who hoped they would never forget the truth, appears in the dream not with condemnation, but with love, with a silent urging, with a look that says, remember. These moments are not accidents. They are not meaningless. They are calls to return, to turn back to what is right, to seek what has been ignored. Some dreams reveal the reality of eternity, shaking a person to the core, making them see that life does not simply end, that the choices made in this world matter beyond the grave. They stir something deep inside, a longing, a fear, an urgency to seek the truth before it is too late. These dreams are moments of grace, messages sent not to frighten but to awaken, to remind, to guide the soul back to where it belongs. There are moments in life when the unseen world draws closer, when the veil between the physical and the spiritual is lifted just enough to remind us that there is more beyond what we can touch and see. One of the ways this happens is through dreams, through encounters that feel so real, so vivid, so unmistakably different from ordinary dreams that they leave an imprint on the heart. When a departed loved one appears in a dream, it is not always a product of memory or imagination. Sometimes it carries a deeper purpose, a divine message, a sign that should not be ignored. For some, these dreams come as a final farewell, a moment of closure that was never received in life. There are those who have lost someone suddenly, without warning, without the chance to say goodbye, without the opportunity to share last words of love or gratitude. In the stillness of sleep, they find themselves face to face with the one they lost, speaking words they never had the chance to say, hearing words they long to hear. These encounters bring comfort, a peace that cannot be explained, a reassurance that love does not end with death, that the connection remains unbroken even when the physical body is gone. Others experience these dreams as a call to remember the values and wisdom of those who have gone before them. A father who taught integrity, a mother who lived with kindness, a grandparent who walked in faith. These figures return in dreams not to